So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to solve the problem of CodeSignal, which is related to strings and its pattern. So, what does the problem say? Problems say that there is an array list array of strings, and then we have another array named patterns, which is equal to the size of strings. And what we have to say, they are saying that if string I and string j are equal, it should mean that pattern I and pattern j should also be equal. Okay, sounds very good. So we will see some examples here. I have got 3 different examples which will make this problem a little bit clear. So let's say that I have string 1 and pattern 1, and I say, hey, I have cat as the first element, and then in the pattern we have A. So cat is mapped to A, then dog is mapped to B, and then when that dog comes again in S1 anywhere, this is just 3 elements, but if it comes anywhere, it should only have B, which means that this is true. Next one is 2. It says that, hey, I have cat, dog, cat is same, so let's see dog and the dog. So here it says dog corresponding pattern is B, and then dog comes again in the element, and it says that that it has corresponding element in pattern is C. So the problem here is cat already came over here and it has value as B, which means necessarily that this is a false pattern over here. So the whole thing is false. Next one we are going to see is cat is added to this one, and cat's corresponding pattern is A, then dog's corresponding is B. So far so good. Cow is the new one, and then it says I have a B. Doesn't sound to be problem over here, but B has been already assigned as a pattern to dog, and that's the problem here, that 2 patterns cannot be assigned to the same pattern cannot be assigned to 2 different strings. So this is also false. Let's try to solve this problem. So there are a couple of solutions I found. Some people are using 2 sets, some people are trying to solve it using 2 maps. I am going to use 1 map and 1 set, and the idea will be what I am going to do, I will create a map and I will add string and pattern, and then string and pattern like this, as well as I will add this one into different set, and the idea will be that if the string is contained into the pattern, string is already available in the map, I will get the pattern and map. If it is already in the set, it sounds good. If it does not, it doesn't sound very good, and it's false, and things like that. There are a couple of conditions we are going to look. Let's see. So map, I'm going to create a map here, and I will call it string and string for strings and patterns, and I'll call it StringsToPattern and new hash map, and then it sounds very good, and then I will create a set of string where I will keep the patterns. Pattern match is equal to has set, and then this looks very good too. So how I'm going to iterate through the string, I'm going to iterate through this one as int I is equal to 0, I less than strings. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. Strings dot length and I plus plus. So I am going through this one, and then I want to get this thing. Actually, I want to get this one and this value. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to get from the this element a string, and I'll call it element of this string, and this is strings, and this is available in the I, and then I will want to get the pattern element as well, and then it is available in patterns, and then I'm going to get this. So I got this one and this one. Now next, what I'm going to do, as I said, I want to check that this pattern, this string is already existing it or not. If it exists, then we have a couple of more things to check, and if it does not exist, then we will simply add into the new map after checking that that it also does not exist in the pattern match. Okay, sounds very good. So if this guy StringsToPattern in this map, it exists, contains a string element. Does it exist? Yes, this sounds very good. So if it exists, this sounds very good. Then I'm going to get the matching pattern. You know, so I am going to get the value of it actually. So I'll call it matching pattern is equal to string to pattern dot get, and the value is the string element. The string element. So I'm basically just getting this value from the map. I found this cat, and then I'm trying to found this value from the map over here where I have populated it. I have not done it yet, but I will do it in the last. First of all, I'm just trying to rule out some good conditions over here. So let's see. I have got this one, right? So what does it mean? So let's see this one. So if I have got dog over here, and then I got it into the map, what does it mean? I got this dog. It means that the pattern should be B, right? If in this case, if I get C, it means it's false. So it's very simple here. What I'm going to do, I say, hey, string, if the matching pattern you got it equals to the pattern which is available, sounds very good. And if it matches, if it does not match, then it means it's false, right? It's false. It's false. Otherwise, looks good. So move to the next element. That's what I'm going to do, right? So we have covered when we found it into the map. If we don't found it, we don't have to write else, because in this case it's returning false. In this case it's returning continue. So what next? If it is not contained, if this guy, let's say cow, is not contained into the map, this simply means that the value over here should also not be contained into the set. If it is contained, it means that it has been used by somewhere else in the previous elements, right? So we are going to check this thing as well. So how we are going to check this one? So I will say pattern match. So this is pattern match dot contents. This is our set, and then does it contain already? Does it contain this guy? Even if this guy is not available in the map, I'm sorry. So if it contains, it means that it has been already used by some previous string element, right? So and that's it. Those are the only conditions. These are two conditions where it should fail. Otherwise, everything should be fine, you know. Now it's very simple. So it will be true all the time if those cases are not correct. And now it's very simple. Now we are just trying to add to the map, put, and then the value over here is a string element, and then the pattern element. That's simple. And then I will also add to this guy, to that set, I mean. So add, and I'm going to add pattern element. Oh, come on. And actually that's it, you know. This is a very simple problem. Let's see. Oops, strings I, line number 6. Oops, sorry about that. Yes. All right, so line number 10 complaints string element. Why I am doing all this? Perfect. So that's all for today. If you like the video, please like it. Thank you very, very much, and have fun trying to solve this problem. Thanks. Bye bye.